Very much, Matt, for being our MC tonight and that great introduction. So as we kind of aloha, as Randy was doing earlier, because I'm not very good at dancing, so I need to figure out how to get to Hawaii so I can practice some more. Being a Canadian, I don't get there too often. So now, tonight, what I would like to help and share with you is the gateway to resources. And as we talk about being at the beach, the sand, the sun, the surf, we're going to surf our way through and catch this next wave into the overview for tonight's agenda. Tonight, we're going to share with you where you can locate resources. And actually, Marcy and Ruby have helped share where some of the resourcing is for branding, and that will come up here in just a few minutes. It'll be which websites to go to and locations on those websites to actually obtain the reports and the dashboards that you will need to be successful this year, and that will help you work smarter, not harder. And then how is it that you can help make a difference within your club as being a club officer this year? And then if we got some time at the end, we will definitely have some Q&A. So now shifting into the next wave, on our website here for Toastmasters International, and what you can see on the bottom of the screen is you come up, once you log in, is Leadership Central. And next to Leadership Central, you'll notice here on the screen is resources, and that is where Marcy has and highlighted in the link that Ruby has shared on the chat box for where the brand manual is. But tonight we're not going to talk about the brand manual. Tonight we're going to talk about distinguished performance reports. And I'm going to share with you two ways and how to get to the distinguished performance reports, which you can actually see here is one way down through Leadership Central. The other way that we're going to work through it tonight is actually by selecting the Club Officer tool. And as you will notice, going down through this Club Officer tool, you will actually have ample resources available to you as club officers that can help you with being successful this year and learning about what are your roles and responsibilities, what are the expectations. And you can see through here, there is a whole bunch of drop-down menus within each one of these categories. So I want to ask as a poll question, and maybe in the chat, is how many of you guys have actually been into Leadership Central already this year or within some of your prior roles?
So we got Jackie hasn't, myself has, Glenn has, we have Jeff many times, Al, yes, Antoinette, yes, Lynette, at least once a week. Now there's a challenge for us all.
Yeah, no kidding.
Vince a few times, many times, says Daisy. Alwa, yes. Tom, never. So there's a mixed bag we have here, Tammy.
This is excellent because this mixed bag then will be a refresher for some and an opportunity for others to learn which resources are available and how easy it is to access for your dashboards. So as we select distinguished performance reports, you will come up with this menu. And this dashboard and menu will absolutely provide you with the opportunity to, number one, select District 42 is my strong recommendation right off the bat, as we are part of the District 42 Club, but as you can see from this report, all the districts are listed. So with selecting number one and District 42, it'll then pull up just District 42 information to start off with, and we will share that and see that on the next screen. But I'd also like to help and show on the left-hand side that there is other dashboards and reports. And this is another opportunity or a way to be able to access that information. And it is just by clicking on to each one of those types of reports. Expand and collapse. is another ability here. As you can see, the down arrow next to region 1, you can either expand or you can collapse the information. What I'd also like to highlight off of this report is right in behind here is an export function. And this export function will allow you to take the file into either Excel or save it as a PDF file. If you're saving it as an Excel file, it's going to come up and save as a CSV file. And in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, it'll actually tell you that the file is saving as a CSV. And what I would strongly recommend is once that file saves and gets into Excel, please save it straight away, because otherwise you will lose it. If it's anything like I have used before, you will lose the information. So I'd strongly recommend to, once you export it, save the file straight away, rename it so you actually recognize the title of the file as to what information you're saving. So as I mentioned on wanting to select a district, we're going to select District 42. And as you go into District 42, it is going to bring you up into this great dashboard that will help tell us where we are and how we're performing as a district. So you can actually come here anytime and see how we're progressing as a district. And what's great about this tool is, as you can see all these drop-down menus and arrows, I definitely recommend to make sure that you are showing 2020, 2021. This is July, but it's the status as of July 31st. So then at least you know the information and the report and the update as of. And as you can see here, we're just starting off our brand new year. And you can see that we still have quite a bit of, quite a bit of work to do as getting to distinguished clubs. We got 0 to date as we are just setting off for a new year and new term. What I'd also like to highlight for you down here below is you can see that I was able to squeeze in Division A here just with the way I was able to do my snapshot. And this does expand and collapse. But I promise you that Divisions B through F are also located within this dashboard. And all of the information is shared. And you can see membership payments. You can see new, you can see charter, total, where they're standing, how many clubs are within Division A. You can see how many have paid up for October, and that will be the status for next April. I would like to help remind you, as being club officers, to ensure that you update your information on a regular basis, and please don't hold it and do it maybe once a month or once a quarter, because as you can see, this will keep updating as you upload the information into the system, and it'll be current. And you will definitely know where you are as a club, as we will learn here as we move forward and start looking more into the division and the area performance, which will then allow us to go down into the club performance. So selecting District 42, this gives us an overall. Now we're going to move down through the division and the area performance. And with division and area performance, you can see how many divisions are here. We got A through F. Sorry, E and F couldn't quite fit you on the screen. We have a count of 27 areas, and we have 115 clubs. This is where you can start really drilling down into your club performance. And you can do that by selecting down and expanding on your Division A, which this allows you to do. And with being able to expand down into the divisions and your areas, you can then see each of your clubs within that area. Now, what I'm trying to highlight here for you is being able to see where you are in goals-wise. And this is why it's strongly recommended, coming from the division directors and the area directors, that each of the clubs complete their succession plans here in the month of September. Your succession plans will help you set up and align within your club and your officers within your clubs of which goals do you plan on meeting this year? What do you plan on having for educationals? How many more members? What growth do you want within your club? What type of goals and achievements do you want? Have you been at distinguished where you've only been able to achieve 5 points for the year? And now you want to shoot for the stars, catch that next wave, get onto that next, and continue, and try to go from the distinguished at being 5 points to then a 7 point being select distinguished. And setting the bar a little bit higher each year within each one of the clubs. And as you can see, your goals will be filling in here as to what you've met, as long as you're filling in the information for your club on the website. And then as you select and you achieve your 5 goals to become distinguished, that'll also be identified. And I will show you an export of what this screen will look like as to your club. I picked Flirt Communicators, that is the club I'm familiar with and part of. And you can see off to the right-hand side, like once we're going to be able to hit the 5 goals, you'll get the designation of club distinguished status. And that will show up in here and reflect. And this will be up to date as you update the information for how you're doing along with achieving your goals. Everybody will put in, you reap what you sow. So the more effort the team puts in and works together and hold those monthly club meetings, you can actually monitor this as we have done within our club on a monthly basis and just see how you're progressing. Do I need 4 more members? How have we been able to get all of the officers trained? Are we 7 for 7? Are we 4 for 7? Are we 6 for 7? How do we encourage everyone to come out and help participate and actually get us that full point for not only September, but we also have another training here in November where we'll be reflecting back on some of this training, but also taking some of the learnings from this training that we've had in June and in August, and then providing some feedback as to what you have learned within being in the role for a couple of months. And we will extend that and we will learn and grow through those roles with our development of all of our members. I'd now like to share and show, and that is the club status. And you can also see it this way as selecting club status, but you have to then go in and actually select the club out of one of those areas. So I'll go back and just show you where that selection was. It would be here. You would double click on to current speakers club if I was actually live within the tool. But since I was not and I've done some screenshots, this is how it would actually show up. And you can actually see how many goals have been met in order to achieve distinguished, select distinguished or presidents. You can see what the membership base is. You can see what that growth of the club new members should be. And you can see that we have a fairly significant growth and base club, which is a nice strong club, which I'm grateful for. And we have opened it up where it is part community and part Fleur employees. So it is a fantastic opportunity, and with being online, we're able to share and attract a couple more members with being online and having Zoom meetings, or we have WebEx meetings, and being able to have that once a week where people can just join in at their convenience and not have to drive anywhere as we are in south of the city. And this is just a different viewpoint of how you can see how you're achieving against your goals. And I know that our club was able to have all 7 attend club officer training, which is a great opportunity and does help us set up for the points and moving forward. But I did this screenshot prior to June and this closing off. So with that, I would also like to share tonight where to go onto the website in order to locate specific information for our District 42. And within these resources, you will have our procedures, which is some of our operational plans, business meetings, district operations, how-to guides. I've had to look up some of these how-to guides, submitting dues. It's got Zoom. You got some basic setup tips and tricks and online etiquette. Submitting dues will be our next adventure as we move into the fall, as there will be dues in October for membership renewal. How to log into Club Central, Toastmasters website, forms. Some of the different forms of district leader nomination form, office agreement and release forms, district council meetings, of the year awards, quality club. This is where you'll find the club member handbook, an example of it. You will find club leadership handbook, distinguished club program, and club success program. By show of hands or comments in the chat, can you please let us know if you have actually received the club success plan that has been a shortened version and not the 21 pages that was originally asked to be filled in from TMI? And if you have not, please let us know and we will get you the shortened version, as I believe it's down to about 7 pages with all the still relevant information that will help your club be successful with being able to fill this in and achieve your goals for this year and identify your goals for this year. Some of the other goals that the succession plan helps with is club officer training attendees, on-time payments of dues. What are your club educational goals? And what is your club executive committee core values? We know what Toastmasters core values are. What is your committee's core values?
So, Tammy, we have a number of people that don't have it. Glenn doesn't have the shortened version. Alwa does. Margaret does not. Ruby says we don't have it. So I think it's about 50-50. Gennady
will
doesn't.
Get that out.
Pauline, no. Vera, no. So, in fact, it's a majority that don't.
Okay, we will get the shortened version issued out to the area directors that they can help get it out to the clubs. Thank you very much, Matt. With that, and continuing on, our measuring club area division and district successes. There's the distinguished performance report that we've just kind of reviewed online. And there's actually a manual on that you can also go through and look at. Along within some of the resources and information that's within our district is Circle of Gold, mentoring guide series, speech contest resources, and marketing information. And I know Marcy would have that definitely up to date for us as to ensuring that we are following all the right brand information for our clubs and making sure that we will not slip and trip. So this is all at our fingertips, and just want to make sure that you guys are aware of where this location is, that you can have this information to help share and utilize for your success this year. Some of the other dashboards and reports that are also available that did show up under other reports is you can see that you got April due renewal status. I have highlighted October due renewal status, as that will be just coming up in the next 2 months. You can see the July club officer listing status, your educational achievements, any new club sponsors and mentors, anyone that's achieved the Triple Crown, club coaches, prospective clubs. So there's a lot of information that is updated here on the website that is at your fingertips for you to be able to utilize. And with that, Matt, I would like to ask, is there, oh, sorry, I have one more slide. So how you as a club member and a club officer can help make a difference for the club success and your member success this year. Update club achievements on a regular basis. Know exactly where you are. Share the information with your members of the club. Help encourage them and understand what their goals are and what they want to achieve as being members of Toastmasters. Remember, you can always export the information, or you can print the information off of Toastmasters International and any one of those PowerPoints or the dashboards. Leaders supporting team members to be successful, that is our key goal. As division directors and area directors, we are here to support the clubs and the members of each of those clubs. I encourage everyone to be engaged, committed, and accountable, and work as a team. We can't all do this alone. I'm grateful that Randy and I were able to pull this off and work together on this, because this is a lot of work. And I'm grateful for the tech team and everyone else that's helping in the background and helped us be successful with pulling off this club training for tonight and helping us with these learnings and being online. And as Matt Fox always reminded me, it's always very important to have fun. So as we learn, grow, and lead, as our journey takes us, we will now strive through the next wave. And if anyone has any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer. Or otherwise, I'd like to return the control of this training session back over to our MC tonight, Mr. Matt Fox. And thank you all for your attendance.
Thank you very much, Tammy. What a fantastic overview of some of the resources that we can get on District 42. And I think you even showed me a few of the reports that I've never seen before within the portal there. There was a couple of questions there. One of them was about whose role it was to update the portal. Well, I think I put a comment in the dashboard there about it updating itself automatically when we go through our different roles, whether it's adding new members or it's paying fees or it's capturing educational awards. All of those items populate in the background and create that dashboard for us. And so I would always strive, and using that club success plan where the president works with the rest of the executive team to plan out the year so that you have something to strive towards. And to Tammy's point there, I think just having that everybody's involved, everybody's a member, everybody contributes to the success of each club. And so we all need to shift gears for that success. We all need to ride the wave. Enjoy the sun, and the night is not over yet. So do we have a couple of questions before we move into our next session? Someone's got a question. Alwa looks like she's about to ask a question there. I like to pick on people. Is anybody new to the role of VP Ed?
I have a question, Matt. And
Shoot,
this
Ruby.
is for Tammy or anyone else. When does the DCP goals start updating the educational goals?
The educational goals, or allow you to be recognized as distinguished. So as soon as it's updated for the 5 goals, it'll be recognized as distinguished.
I think so, the club, the year goes from the 1st of July. So I think as soon as we start to capture members and educational achievements. Now, I think, there's observation there that many of you have had on the screens that Tammy was presenting. We're at the very, very start of this Toastmaster year. A lot of people are on the holiday, and there's a few sunshine clubs. But that's why you would see those numbers fairly low on the report.
Yeah, and I think I printed it off just close to the end of June there when things were being locked down.
Sorry, Tammy, I think my question was the D, S, and P status for.
Yeah.
So
So
one thing,
as you achieve, so it's not February, Ruby. You remember when you and I were thinking it was February that would show up and be recognized? I was clarified that as soon as you start recognizing and having the points, and as soon as you achieve the 5, you will be recognized as distinguished. It doesn't get held off till February.